Yikes. I mean, I think everybody holds their breath when they see somebody do a review on the Benchmade Narrows. Um, I I expected to not like this knife. You know, I thought I'm gonna get it and I'm not gonna like it. And I'll tell you what I don't like. You know what I don't like? I don't like paying $522. Although LTK is your discount code for 10% off. If that's of any consolation at all, okay? And who was I talking to the other day? He goes, "Do you like it?" I go, "I like it for $250. I like it. I don't like it for 500 and some." I like it though. I think it's interesting. And I posted this on my Instagram and some guy made an interesting comment, which is, how much, how messed up is your hand going to be because it's so thin and everything, with the comfort level. If you're doing, 5 or 10 minutes of hard cutting and all that stuff. And, here's the bottom line. I don't think I'm going to do 5 or 10 minutes of continual hard cutting with this knife in any case. I'm going to use a beater, I think. I'm going to use me a beater. I'm going to use I'll use my Eutectic Trinity or something, 14C, call it good, have fun all day, whatever. But no, not this one. Here's your 748 blue class, Benchmade, whatever, okay? But for what it is, at a certain price level, I like it. At a certain price level. It's M390, which is just that same notorious, walk and talk that you get into every time you talk about M390 because there's so many people like, and maybe this goes with some of the other blade steels as well. When you talk about them, it's like, but what's the Rockwell? How's the heat treat protocol? Is it done well? Is it done right? And so there's your question. I mean, where are we with the heat treat on the blade? If it's done properly, okay, I'm all in for M390, okay, or Magna Cut, and people are going, Magna Cut ought to be at a 63 and blah, 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 and you just can't be too cavalier in the way you're doing the heat treat, or the steel being this wonderful exotic steel then what's the point? Because you didn't do it to its potential. I get that. M390. So M390, they're trying to give you premium steel, how they're doing it. And if it's done well, I don't know. I can't tell you. This is really thin. It's really light, but yet it's a full-size knife, okay? It's fidget friendly. It's almost 3.5 inches, but not quite. Maybe 3.45, some jazz like that, which is 87 millimeters and 20 centimeters. Hold on, 20.2 centimeters at 8 inches. All right, and the big deal is, good God almighty, boys. There's nothing to it. 7 millimeters at 0.27 of an inch. Get out of here. Where's Blue Boy? Okay, come here. So, this is 0.45. Okay, 0.45 at 11.4. Most knives are around 11.5 to 12.5. Okay, that's 7. At 0.27. Oh God, what's a blade steel? Holy crap. 0.07 at not even 2 millimeters, right at it. We could call it 2, but 3 is kind of how they're running these days, right? And like the Para 2 though, it's like 3.5. Yeah, it's 3.5. So, and this is barely 2, okay? And back, 3-4 years ago, everybody was running at 3.8 to 4 millimeters. So, this is like half of some of that. So yeah, I mean, it is really slender, and it's called the Narrows for a reason, right? Okay, take this dust off of here. That could add to the weight. Oh my God, 68 grams. I should have never got this knife because I'm going to regret talking about it, aren't I? Okay, now why'd you do that? There you go, 2.4. 2.4 ounces. I don't mind it at all. I think it's very fidget friendly. It's got ambidextrous thumb studs. You know, it's got jimping up here. It's by Benchmade. At least you can get U.S. service and all that kind of stuff. It's got these cutouts here instead of being weight relieved. Oh my God. Also, I'm going to take this apart because I want to see this. This is supposed to be a different kind of setup than their access lock. And, I'm curious to see how that is done. They have an Omega spring type setup in here. See, I'm not seeing that. So I don't know how they're doing it. And you look inside this way and that. Are they actually weight relieving in and out? Wow. Titanium, by the way. Okay. It is a curiosity, that's for sure. Oh, by the way, let's see if we got a piece of paper here. Okay. Now it's pretty good. It's pretty sharp. Benchmade, they kind of have that, you see that kind of rugged edge along there? They kind of have a toothy edge when they do. I've noticed that on the knives that I've gotten from them. I mean, not from them, but, factory condition, from the retailer or whoever. But, yeah, kind of a toothy kind of edge to it. Stonewashy here. Yeah, I mean, I got no problem with it. It's just, God dang, it's just so expensive. What was it? Oh my God, there was another one like the Bailout or something was done with some kind of titanium scales or something. A buddy was telling me it was like $600. Holy crap. So, I don't know. It's just, wow. Just what you could buy for that money just seems like a lot to me. It's not like there aren't knives out there. I mean, there's some knives that you can get out there. If you got the Timascus backspacer and, pocket clip with it, and I've seen like Arcane Designs up to close to $600 with the extra kit and this and that, and these are Riot OEM, knives, and Sharp by Design gets in the 400s, with some of theirs and this and that. And, of course, Liang Ma knives are in the $500-600 range, and their Riot stuff. But this seems to me this is a lot of money for not a lot of knife, but it's not a lot of knife for a reason. And I don't mind the way they put it together, and I think it looks good, and I like the design, and the design flow seems pretty good. Blade to handle length is decent. It's nice and light, easy to carry, fidget friendly. I mean, so much about it. If this thing was under $250, I think I'd keep it for a long-term one. I mean, I've got my Contigo in M390 and blue and black G10, and I've got my Crooked River that I had custom built, by Benchmade, the online thing you can do, and that kind of thing, and maybe one other Benchmade that have been long-term, multi-year keepers, but this would be two, I think, because I like so much about it. It's just the price that really kind of kills it for me. Yeah, it's centered. I mean, it's solid. I got no problem with that. And this is kind of an interesting little situation as well. And you know what? I should have gone on the Benchmade site and read up on it a bit more, because I'm not sure what they're calling the lock system. And here they're advertising 58 to 61 on the Rockwell. If it's 61, I'm happy. If it's 58, I definitely am not. Okay. Well, I mean, this is what it's saying on White Mountain. It's axis lock. So I guess we'll know here in a little bit, because you know what? I'm going to dive into the pool, and I don't like disassembling axis locks, especially when you don't have a screw on this side where you can do an equal pull apart. And Kaiser, with the new kind of axis lock system they have, does have that, and it's simple to pull apart, and you've got Omega springs on both sides that are adjustable. But this is a different bird, and I've never really liked this type of axis lock system in the way you have to go about reassembling it. So that being said, let's see if I just feel just like I'm gonna. Oh, I wonder if that's a 9. Wow, is that a 9 or a 10? Hold on, is this a 10? God, that is a 10. That's a 10 on there. Wow. I mean, it says, yeah, it's a 10. This is a 10. Wow. It felt a little loose. I'm sure I could have done it with an 8, but that's a 10. And what do we got here? It looks like there's like a little, is there a flat there? I know there's a flat here. And then what are these? Are these 6s? Did we go from a 10 to a 6? Why didn't we do 8s then? Okay. I kind of like my body screws on 8s if you can. And to intentionally make them 6s, I don't know. But let me think about this. You know what? I think I will go ahead and just take this clip regardless if I really need to make this disassembly. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do it anyhow, just to take it off. Well, at least you can flip the clip. So there's that. Which makes me wonder, hold on. Oh, jeez. Man, they don't even give you a titanium clip? Wow. Okay. Yes, indeedly, deedly, deedly. Okay, so what is this all about? What is this? Okay, so let me get this up here. Okay. So we've got whoa. Oh, okay, there's our pivot. And there's your nice ceramic bearings. Hold on. You don't get ceramic bearings, you losers. Okay. You don't need no stinking ceramic bearings. Okay, so now that I have completely screwed the pooch on this disassembly. Okay. So this is interesting. So we know it's not an Omega spring. This is different. So these little springs sit down into the scales, on either side. And then this winds up in between. It's really strange how that does that. Okay. And there it sits, just like that. So have you noticed, you look in here, see this little machined out area here? See, there's the head, and here's how it tails out. This is longer. This is shorter, this tail, okay? Look at the spring. This is longer. This is shorter, so you know which end goes where. And I guess this just acts as a spring to spring load this little button here. And there we are. Back with the Narrows. Too expensive. Otherwise, I really like the knife. What can I say? Dang. But yeah, at least Benchmade's USA maker. You can get sales and service and all that kind of stuff here. And I have had Benchmade service knives before. And so there's that. But, and I know they have a lot more expenses when they manufacture things. So, I mean, make your arguments either way. I just, over $500 for this knife, it just seems a bit pricey. Thank you for hanging in there. You know what we do? We love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.